Hi, my name is Stephanie. I'm in Rockhaven Group 2, and today I'm going to talk about the problem that we're looking to solve and how our group is going to address that. So as I mentioned, my group is working to serve the Rockhaven Network, which is an organization dedicated to mobilizing community resources to bring hope, strength, and safety to the refugees through spiritual, educational, and economic development. The mission statement is on the website and also echoed by its owner and founder, Catherine Oji. Catherine is a dreamer, and that's for sure. She has big goals and aspirations. When we spoke with her briefly, one thing she really mentioned was creating a full mentorship program for refugees, taking these refugees all the way from their inception into resettlement programs and being there to provide them with the resources and English classes and everything they would need to get a job and get placed and advance and eventually assimilate into American society. She even brought up the possibility of public housing in those initial conversations. But what is the real problem? What can we as Smith MBA students solve in 3.5 weeks? And what can we really do to give Catherine the structure and organization she needs to move forward and have a sustainable organization? Catherine is experiencing a gap, a problem, between the services she can provide now and has been providing and the desired result, what she would like in the future, what these future expectations and dreams are. She can have a stated vision and mission on her website, but when we speak with her, she is our client and we see what she wants in the future. Those are things that we want to take into consideration when formulating what we should do. To a large extent, Catherine is already aware of where she thinks the problems lie. Her website says we are constantly in need of volunteers to help in our different events. She sees these as events, and I think moving forward she needs to see fundraising and getting donor support as part of her organization, something that is not just an event, something that needs to be managed and taken care of and nourished on a regular basis. From our initial discussion, mind you, we still have more to have. It seems her assumptions are: 1, there are a lack of services. 2, she can do it on her own for the most part. She wants to be the vehicle to provide those services. She would really like that extra capacity and she would like corporate sponsorships, but her focus really is going to be on her eventually providing these services, rather than her acting as a facilitator and connecting refugees with these services and with these donors, which we think might actually be what she should end up doing, at least in the short run. We read a recent article that was written about Catherine and her organization, and she said what she really eventually wants to offer are English classes and life skill classes, which are important. They might not be things that she physically has to provide, but at least if she could connect the refugees with these programs, that's something that would be important. She feels she's not meeting demand. When she discusses these future programs, she does not think about how she will get there or where her ceiling is now or in the future. So she does need some planning. My group has not had the opportunity to interview all stakeholders that we plan on interviewing. We have not spoken with refugees, whether they be new or refugees that have assimilated into society, nor have we spoken with owners and staff members at similar organizations. We have spoke with contacts at local resettlement agencies. These are the agencies that take in refugees when they first come into the country for the first 90 days. Through these discussions, we've discovered resources do exist and they are being provided for refugees in the first 90 days. Where the gap seems to be is after those 90 days. There are some refugees that still are considered a case and they're still taken care of by the resettlement organizations, but that's not really too common. They're usually just removed or graduate from those programs. A primary problem for Catherine and the thing that will dictate her long-term success will be how she grows her organization. So she must develop funding streams and be okay knowing that today she does not have to be the supplier of these resources, as I mentioned, but can serve as a connector to the resources. She can only do this if she sets up some structure. She needs to know what her services will be and how she can really pitch herself to potential donors. We've looked at her social media pages, and right now, the last time she's updated them was in December of 2014. They don't really speak to all the great work that she's been doing. They're not very welcoming. There's something that we can work on. So really, like I said, she needs to build capacity within her own organization. And we will help her create the material she can use to do just that. That'll be one of our deliverables. We will provide her with a list of model organizations and recommendations for her organization that she can base her organization on. We will help her develop an intern and employee program. I know that she looks for volunteers, but I think it has to be something a little bit more formalized so that she can really have a regular help with some of these events that really just need people to help plan and help execute. And we will help her think of ideas for future and constant fundraising. She will need this structure in place if she is to move forward. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to solve her capacity gap. Thank you.